related and what happened. I encourage you guys to come, engage with us. We have public comment every week, and yet most weeks we don't have anyone who wants to say anything. We'd love to have you guys be a part of this process, so please, I encourage you guys to come. Every time we're up here, we're available.
I'd like to respond to the point you made here about the contract and violation of it, in your opinion. Oh, sorry. Is that better? Thank you. We went through our talk about the budget. Unfortunately, by state law, we have to pass our budget by the end of June, every single year. And if all we had to, if all the had to be done on the union side was to wait past that deadline and everything be automatically implemented, as far as they're concerned, that would be great. Unfortunately, we can't live with that. The state, in its constitution, has provisions in there for multi-year contracts to change the funding based on revenues. We have reduced revenues, we have to reduce spending. We made all this very clear during our June meetings, both at June 6th and when we adopted the resolutions on June 20th. We did not have a crowd here for that. Nobody in this room listened to it. You made it. But the thing is, if we all we do is go by that contract, every school district in the state would have problems when it came down to this process, because the union, all they have to do is wait them out. There'd be no incentive for the union to negotiate in good faith, would there?
Negotiate now.
We're still in negotiations. We can amend the budget at any time once we've concluded negotiations. But on June 30th, we had to make our budget, getting a friend up here, we had to adopt our budget, and we had to adopt it with the revenues we have and the things that made the most fiscal sense for this school district. Period. That's what we looked at. We had a lot of different trade-offs we could have made. We chose the ones we did because it impacted kids the least. That was our bottom line. Now, we know it's going to cost some angst. That's obvious. But we're not afraid of it because the kids are more important to us right now. We're not going to do a budget, we're not going to create further budget problems that impact our kids even further later on by taking the easy road now. That's not what we've been elected to do, to take the easy road, to avoid the hard decisions. So that was a hard decision we had to make. It was the one that made the most sense. And we're still in negotiations. We're going through the fact-finding process. If everything's done, when we come to conclusion of this process, we'll be able to speak more freely about a lot of things. Right now, the master agreement limits what we can talk about. So there we are. I just wanted to respond to you. We have not violated the contract. We did what we had to by state law and by the constitution of our state. We were able to do the things we did so that we are not held in bondage to a contract that may have been negotiated 8 years ago when revenues were completely different from that. That's what I have to say.
Deep disturbance. I'm deeply troubled that there is so much contention in the district. And you have talked about 25 years. I have 21 years in this district invested, and I think of it as an investment. And I've invested that time as a parent, as a coach, as an announcer for all games, as an attorney for the classified folks, and now as a board member for the last 7 years. And one of the legacies that I was hoping to leave with this district is a collaboration between the leadership and all of the wonderful, incredible, dedicated folks that work here. Because I can't express how I feel to you. I deeply respect you. I support you. I love every single one of you who has chosen to deal with kids. You have done a marvelous job, and you have taken, I think, the highest road that anyone can take in this great country. Because our kids, and teaching our kids, I believe is the fundamental building block of our success as Americans. And so when I see a group of folks that are this upset, it's very disturbing to me in my innermost being. I am very upset about this, and I'm upset that you're upset. There was a sign here that said something about if you can't support education, then quit. I'll tell you, this has been the hardest 3 years that I've ever spent in public life. And it's hard for some of the reasons that Norm talked about. And damn the economy, damn the horrible choices that we have to make. When we cut middle school athletics, I thought that was the end of the world, because middle school athletics were so very important to me in my growing up, in my formation as a productive person in the country here. So I don't know what else to say. I'm extremely disturbed to see this kind of upsetness after spending so much time to have something very different than this. And folks, at the end of the day here, we have got to pick up these pieces and educate kids. How we do that and how we go about our business, I'm hoping, is with respect for the system, respect for our kids, and most of all, this incredible continued dedication that you have as teachers and educators.
First, I said thank you for the book. It's very nice of you. Give us that gift. Simple of my comments I'd like to make is, it is tough times out there. It is tough times for everybody. The classified administrators have made their cuts, and we're asking you to make some cuts too. Because in the last 4 years, I've seen a lot of friends who are teachers no longer teaching. Some of them are in Korea right now teaching. Some of them are doing clerical work or whatever they can do so they can provide for their family. I understand the burden of a pay cut, but I also understand what it takes to really make that sacrifice for your kids and as a parent teacher. These are hard decisions we have to make as a board. And if we don't, we're going to a place where we don't want to go. And you hear about other districts and what they're trying to do, and there's a lot of rumors going around. I'd say, verify all the things that are said. We are bound because we are in fact finding, so we can't really give a lot of information out there. But it's really tough to see people lose their jobs every day and classroom sizes go up. We love teachers. People might think, no, that's not what it's. We do. Matter of fact, I have the utmost respect for you. But I want you to keep your jobs. And if we could save a little bit of money to keep some of your people employed and also in the classroom so our kids do get a quality education, that's what we have to think about all the time. And I hope you can take this with you and ponder it and kind of think where we're at. This is not an easy decision, but we tried to make this known back in June 6th and June 20th. We talked about it. It was out there. No one came. No one wanted to come to these meetings or even ask a question. These are tough times. We'll get through them. I just want to see more teachers teach. I really appreciate you all coming out. And I appreciate your resolve and your support for one another. But we're here to lead Adams 12 Five-Star Schools. And we're going to make the tough decisions. We're going to make the right decisions. So thank you so very much. And thank you for respecting everybody's opinion here today. Thank you.
Mark, I'd like to say one more thing. Earlier last week, we met with probably 10 principals from throughout the district. And, we knew all this stuff was going on. And, one of the questions that we asked is, well, how's it going? What's the reaction of the teachers? How's it going in the schools? And, every single one of them had nothing but amazing things to say about all of you. In the midst of all of this, I can't tell you how much that speaks to me about how much you love students. And that just made me even more proud to be a part of what you guys are doing. And I pray and I hope that we can come to a conclusion that will be the best for the students. And I just want to say thank you for your professionalism and your ability to continue to work hard in that. So I just can't thank you enough for that.
Okay?
Were you allowed to approach? I thought we could we sign up with you?
We're done, sorry, sir.
Public comments or
What's that?
public comments.
We are done with public comment. That was to be signed up before everybody spoke. PSAT report. Liz?